Hello everyone, Brian Johnson with thestockmentor.com with another update video for you to kind of catch you up before the boys out in Jackson talk tomorrow. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Now I normally go through the trading room, all the logs, how we're doing. Everything's great. It's just I am way behind on logging my trades. So I don't have anything to show you. I know a lot of you like to look at it and see, what the trades were and when we took them and all that other stuff. I don't have that for you. But we're still doing extremely well in the trading room. Last week was a lot of chop, a little bit more difficult on the trading side. Still finished okay, not near as well as I would like to do, obviously, but still okay. And this week's been really great. We've got some fantastic moves, have had some great opportunities to jump in and do some stuff with, and I'm even starting to dabble in the old gold futures. So if you're looking at any type of futures, those are certainly things that we're looking at in the trading room. You got to try it out. We were in ARE 6750. This one we were out today. AVGO, same thing, in at 2860, out today. HES we were in earlier today, out yesterday on this one, and I think that about covers it for most of them this week. There's a few other ones we are in right now. We're just waiting to see where they go. I'll let you know how those turn out when we're done with those particular trades. And then from the ES standpoint, like I said, pretty good moves all around, giving us something to at least trade over the course of a day. Have a good time, great community. You can see me trade, listen to me. I talk most of the day, hang around almost the entire day, really. You see my screen, you get to see how I'm drawing my trend lines, where I draw my trend lines, when I'm taking my entries, how I'm taking my entries, all of it. It's all exposed to you in the trading room itself. So if you're curious about that kind of stuff, would like to take your trading to the next level, or learn a little bit more about how to do it, what to do, tune in. We'll be going over stocks. We go over futures, starting to dabble, like I said, maybe sooner or later here in the gold futures, which have been a great mover. You'd be surprised at the amount of money you can make in just one single contract on a gold futures move, especially the ones we've had lately. They actually turn out to be very nice. If you've never traded the futures, that's fine. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to walk you through how it works. You can sit in on the room, get the feel for how it works, and then I'll help you out from that point forward on how to trade the actual futures themselves. So I hope you get a chance to join us. It's really a lot of fun. Definitely worth your time, definitely worth your money. And on to the markets. All right, guys, this is really what we're looking at. It's very, I think the information's in front of us. I think it's pretty simple. I like what I'm seeing right here as well. I found this on the ES trades today. We got, right at the very end of the day, we kind of appeared to be consolidated into a triangle. I'm starting to see these on a lot of different time frames. So I like what I'm seeing here. Waiting for the boys to speak tomorrow, see what they're going to do or what they're not going to do, whatever the case might be. Point being, we're just really wandering sideways. Hopefully we'll get a break one way or the other. That will be your time to make a move. I would assume that the guys talking tomorrow might have something to do with that, but I'm going to point a few things out to you so that you have at least something on your charts to be looking at. Now going back here, 1, 2, this down here, I think from an Elliott wave standpoint would be my bottom of 3. Then we were talking about A, B, C for 4, and then this is maybe 1 of 5. This could be 2 of 5. We're working on 3 of 5 down. That is still a very valid count. The point is, it doesn't change anything from what I've drawn here. It's still a symmetrical triangle. From an Elliott wave standpoint now, they're going to have a few more waves. You're going to have maybe the bottom of wave 3 here, and this would be an A, then a B, then a C. Then they expect a D, touch of this line. You go back up and hit the upper line for E, and then you fall in the original direction you were headed, which was down. So that might be another valid count out there. Point really being, watch the symmetrical triangle. Draw it in your charts and wait for the breaks. It's about really as clean as it gets. I like what I'm seeing here. And this is even setting up, if you look at it, a little tiny, maybe a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So little teeny tiny head and shoulders here appearing on a lot of the 60-minute, actually all of the 60-minute charts. So from this point forward, my video is quick. There isn't anything else to talk about because they all look the same way. We're just stuck between these moving averages in here, and bigger pattern is a large symmetrical triangle. So we'll wait and see if the boys say anything tomorrow that really start to kick things off for us. The Dow daily, same type of concept then. 1, 2, 3. This could be A of 4, B of 4. We go up for C of 4. Who knows? Point being, my overhead targets have been the 20-day moving averages for quite a while now. Well, not for quite a while. For the last few days on this bounce. Overhead is the 20-day. And maybe we're in that consolidation sideways triangle thing. Really, your bigger breaks are below here, above here. If you're sitting on cash and you're like, I really don't know what to do, it's, I think, really very clear. Uh, Enter here, enter there, done. For those of you that like to day trade, and you're going to have to wait around maybe a little bit longer. You're going to get a few options here and there, but I would seriously invite you to wait until after we hear what's going on tomorrow, so that you don't get burned. I got out of almost every position I have into tomorrow's ordeal because you just don't know. You don't know what's going to come about from it. Here it is, NDX, same story, different verse. There's your triangle. I haven't drawn it in, but you can still see it. It's the same thing, messing around with the moving averages, messing around with some other support and resistance stuck in here. You're just waiting for the break below here, above there. Here it is on the daily, same type of concept. Drop to the bottom here. This is kind of a potential double bottom-ish here area, but breaks below 2025, guys, are my get shorty right here. I'm really looking hard at this area down in here for my get short moments. That's at 2025. Weekly, same type of concept, just kind of consolidating around here. If it's going to make any of these overhead resistance areas, Bernanke better fix the world tomorrow, because it's, I think, going to take quite a bit to get up into here. Now, it could take a couple weeks. It's not a big deal, but if he's going to really fix things tomorrow, it's going to have to be really good news. Maybe we can still push these overhead 2200 areas. Otherwise, below these areas, especially 2025, is your moment. SPX, triangle, same concept, wandering sideways, waiting for the break, stuck in the moving averages. Breaks up here, breaks down here, what I really like. 12.10 and really 11.20. I'd get aggressive below that 11.20. I'd love that trade. So below 11.20 to the short side for all of you marking this down on your charts. Daily, same concept. We bounced, we've come back up, we've bounced off the 20-day, almost a perfect match here. There's actually some other stuff sitting up here that I have drawn in elsewhere, but there's good resistance up here right now. So really, the 12.10 and 11.20, those are where you need to be for your trades going into the next few days. VIX, look at this, still consolidating. Yes, right now it still looks like a 1, 2, 3 with a 4, then maybe working on a 5. You just don't know. The point is, guess what? Even the VIX, just like the markets, are in a big old fat triangle, waiting for the resolve. It's really pretty clean. If the markets go down, the VIX will go up. So you can't really glean anything else than what we've already talked about from the VIX. Point is, it's still very high, which means complacency is really nowhere to be found right now. People are very nervous about the market at this point, especially probably with what's going to maybe be said or not be said coming into tomorrow's Bernanke talk. FAS 60-minute. This is what I want to watch. Remember, this is also setting up kind of a head and shoulders pattern as well. So if we can break like 1250 or so, that could be the break. And if it's legit, if it's a legitimate break of this head and shoulders pattern, you're looking at like $10, 10 to 1050 on your target to the downside for FAS. That's a really good trade. I still like it below then, 11. I don't know if you want to wait this long, but anything, bearish to the downside, breaking of this head and shoulders would be absolutely what I'd keep my eye on going into tomorrow's trading. Then back above 1530 to the long side. From a daily, it's the same numbers. This is really going to be tough overhead if we ever get back there. We've come back, we've closed the gap. There's really, after the gap up today, there's no reason for it to really come back up other than good news tomorrow. But breaks above here are what you want to be watching for your longs. Then back below what I just talked about here for your short. If, once again, that head and shoulders is valid, it's about $10 on the target. FAZ, same type of thing, looking for breaks above 65 to the long side, because that'll make kind of a little head and shoulders this way. Breaks above 65 long, breaks below 55 short. If we go and look at a daily, it's really just kind of a bullish flag type thing in here. So there is definitely some lower areas to watch. If we break the 50-day moving average, that's a great short in FAZ from a bigger standpoint, from a swing trader standpoint. Otherwise, yeah, just sneak one back in here, even above 55 on a daily time frame. You might be able to squeeze that up. I would assume that maybe after we hear some news tomorrow, things will or won't move quickly. Usually, once the market digests what's been said, it'll make a move, and it'll make a move pretty quickly. So I would expect that tomorrow. We'll just wait and see. I don't know. Coming out of Jackson Hole, it's not predictable like some of the other Fed meetings are when it comes to market action. So you just sit and wait and see what happens. All right, guys, that really wraps it up for the video. Not much else to talk about except consolidation. That's the word of the day. Consolidation. All right, so wait for the break. We'll see if it happens. I would assume it will happen sometime tomorrow. Be watching for it. Get yourself long, get yourself short based on that. We'll see you guys again probably, well, I'd say probably early next week. Bye.